Welcome, everybody, and thank you for coming. And now we would just go straight into this time. It's a lovely time to just open our hearts and send love and gratitude out. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath. We breathe out. Then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty I Am presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I Am presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith and the protection from our mighty I Am presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty, beloved I Am presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I Am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I Am presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I Am presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our 4 earthly bodies, all those little inner wakas receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner waka of our 4 earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling, that light substance from the Ascended Master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great ascended hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this. It's good to send out gratitude to the world. Jenna, beloved Jenna, have you got a screen in front of you? Is it possible for you to read for us?
I can indeed, and I would love to. So join me with your mics muted as asked by our Master Katumi. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy light and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Katumi, I ask your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. And that was from beloved Saint Germain.
Marvelous. Bless you. Thank you so much, beloved Jenna. All right, so lovely. This week we've got Gary read for us. Bless you, Gary. Thank you so much. And as always, just wonderful information from beloved Saint Germain. And then we've got Peace is Essential by Lord Soraya. We did listen to this, but quite a long time ago. It's just such a good reminder, I do believe. And then we've got continuing with the wonderful dictation from beloved Sanat Kumara on expanding the light. Just wonderful. And then I'm going to read from Lord Tolarian. And as we know, he is Chohan of the Fifth Ray and Hierarch of the Temple of Truth, which is above Crete. And yeah, bless him, beloved Lord Tolarian. And then John will take us through that really important time where we call in the light through our decrees. So we're going to listen to Gary reading for us. Thank you so much.
Week 267, Beloved Saint Germain, I Am Discourses, Volume 3, Discourse 10. As one by one you come into the ascended state, you will have many a hearty laugh over the seeming importance of these outer problems of the physical or outer world, for they are all but the Maya, which means constant change. Remember, there is only one thing in the universe that is permanent, real, and eternal. That is the I Am Presence, the God in you, which is the owner, the creator, and the intelligence governing all manifested forms. Then to know that you are that presence, that I Am Presence, places you, beloved students, independent of all outer manifestations. Do not misunderstand me. I know you have come into this understanding sufficiently, but if you are sincere, have dauntless determination in your recognition of the I Am Presence, God in action in you, you will find yourself, even to the outer sense, quickly rising into the dominion and independence in which you can say to all outer things, "Is it possible thou didst once disturb me?" Some of you have had an inkling of how gross and coarse all outer form seems when once you are liberated from it. To your finer, higher sense, it seems incredible that you could have inhabited and still are inhabiting and using a form so gross and imperfect. Had you long ago recognized, claimed, and rejoiced in the I Am Presence, as you are doing today, these outer forms would have become so refined that you could have come back to them with very great grace. However, one has but to rejoice at every step of attainment and every step he hopes to attain, because hope becomes faith and faith becomes reality. Now, beloved students, under no circumstances allow the experience of the outer to pall or bring sadness upon you. But in this recognition, rejoice every day, every hour, every minute that brings you nearer to the goal of freedom and the release from limitation. That freedom you have so longed for and so much desired. The light is growing very bright within some of you. Continue on with that calm, dauntless determination to scale the heights, for I am the great presence sustaining you, and you cannot fail. You know the old phrase used to spur one on, and especially among soldiers, was to tell them that they were cowards in yellow. Now, beloved students, I say to you, you are not cowards, but you are yellow with the golden light of truth, of dominion, and mastery over all outer things which have bound you. And with one mighty surge of the I Am Presence, you break every binding chain, shatter all sense of limitation, and stand forth in your freedom, the glorious, radiant, majestic being that you really are. I very much like to use the statement, I am here and I am there. And if you will contemplate it, you cannot help but overcome the sense of separation. The student is more or less uncertain, which always brings anxiety, and anxiety makes tension. As you come into the higher activity, you will become more and more relaxed. Always take the attitude of calm poise when anything should manifest. Always be happy and rejoice in the presence, but there is always the balance to be maintained. It is the middle way. Hold yourself within this center poise. One can rejoice as deeply in a calm poise as he can in overexuberance. The calm poise conveys a certain something to others that they need, for every human being needs poise, and the conscious realization of the necessity of calmness and poise because it never leaves one off guard. Poise has within it a certain power of self-control and guard, which is very essential.
Marvelous. There we have it. Poise. Oh, I love it. I always said, I am there and I'm everywhere, here and there. I just always love that thought of our beloved I Am Presence. So now we're going to listen to these wonderful words of beloved Lord Soraya. This is from beloved Lord Soraya. He is head of the hierarch at the retreat at Suva, which is in the Fiji Islands, and it's from Friendship with the Gods. That temple is a temple of peace and love, one of the very, very ancient temples, which was very prominent at the time of Lemuria, when Lemuria was at its peak. And the God qualities of Lord Soraya are peace and financial supply. And he says to us, friends of heaven, each a microcosm in the boundless sea of infinity, I call your attention to the emotional activity of life. I have a special reason for referring to the water element, for from our retreat at Suva through the centuries we have learned to protect this focus from the capricious and sometimes raging storms of the water element. At this time in the Earth's evolution, it is essential that the Chelas learn to control their own emotional vehicles. I do most sincerely commend you for your accomplishment thus far. However, the Chelas are in the minority when we consider the vast numbers of the peoples of this earth who at the present time have no concept of the power of good which results from emotional control. As the oceans and seas cover the greater portion of this planet, I appeal to you today on behalf of the masses. Currently, through the service which is being rendered by the spiritual hierarchy and the Chelas serving with us now, it is as though the hand of God has stilled the roaring waves and the waves of the emotional vehicles, seeing as we do the still uncontrolled emotions of the many who could be stirred into destructive action by any so-called catastrophe that might take place. I repeat, might take place. It is expedient that we render greater assistance, and your continued cooperation is of vital importance. As you know, I had the honor of serving as the Enfolding Spirit last year, and it was not only my privilege, but my bounden responsibility to quell the emotional activity of all life. The calming flame of peace, through the threefold activity of life, is flowing to all at this specific time, when the radiation of our retreat is accelerated, and you are presented an opportunity to render tremendous assistance to the masses. Referring further to our focus, you know that we use the magnificent activity of the water element within the very confines of the physical focus to not only inspire all who come here, but as an unguent to the emotional garments by registering its beauty and peace in the etheric consciousness. In a smaller measure, you know what it means to gaze upon the still waters of a lake, and as the placid picture presents itself to your emotional worlds, how you are blessed through the benediction of the peaceful radiation. When you realize your emotional vehicle is composed of countless undeeds, consider their gratitude as you sustain peace in your feeling worlds. I counsel you most sincerely to remember this fact. When any part of life has an emotional outburst, all life is affected thereby. Think, too, when the undines of great and imposing stature go on a rampage, when the tremendous sylphs of the air are disturbed as a result of etheric activities of an uncontrolled nature. It is parallel to the same components in your own garments, how they react when irritated. Perhaps you are aware of all this, but it is expedient that I refresh your memory. For buried within the etheric vehicles of mankind en masse are many causes and cores of imperfection which could be set into action through emotional irritation. We are depending upon you to further pacify the emotional activity of all life. You have the tools to accomplish this through the transmuting power of the violet fire and other sacred agents of purification. We anticipate your continued service. Oh, just lovely from Lord Soraya. And now we're going to listen to Terry reading. She read the whole book for us, Terry, of Dictations from the Ascended Masters. And so this is just carrying on from last week from beloved Sanat Kumara. It's just so wonderful.
We live but to love life free. Now you have come forth desirous of understanding the law of your own life, desirous of redeeming the energies of your own world, and desirous of providing the light from within your own feelings and that of your fellow man, so that I may close my cycle and rise on the love of your hearts into the glory of my home. For that, beloved children, I thank you. For your love, I am eternally grateful, and for your desire individually to know how you may contribute to the light of the world. I pour to you today the concentrated radiation of my own consciousness. When you care to turn your thoughts and attention to me, I will show you individually how you may add to the light of the world each day. Opportunities are without limit, particularly when you are surrounded by 7 or 8 million potential light bearers. Mankind thinks spiritual opportunity lies on the mountaintop, in the hermitage, in the cloister, or in the monastery. However, if you are to radiate your own light, if you are to become cosmic torchbearers lighting the feelings of others, stirring enthusiasm within their hearts, kindling the fires of faith and hope, awakening interest in brotherhood and selflessness and service, you must lift the mass consciousness to give that service. You must become the leaven willing to raise the masses through proximity. It is in the darkness that light is needed. It is in the shadows that the flaming fire of one awakened soul is required. I came to earth because she required light. Oh, this magnificent city, millions of souls walking in shadow. Use your power of radiation, touching their feelings and making them radiant light bearers also. Experiment. Experiment with kindly feelings and see the light within the eyes of the hopeless kindled to renewed faith. See the weary, bent shoulders straightened, and the spine again hold the body erect as a daughter or son of the Most High Living God. See the bowed head raised, so that the crown of immortality may rest with dignity upon the least of these. Do this, and you will know why I continually seek planets and evolutions to love them free. Children, spiritual service has been cloaked with a consciousness of severity and duty. It has builded unconsciously tensions in the most earnest spirits who, feeling and sensing the responsibility of serving light, neutralize the very activity which the Holy Spirit itself, through the heart, would release, namely, a happy, buoyant, joyous, controlled love. This brings a response from the fire and flame within the heart of those who seem yet so bound in shadow that they do not know how to generate that light which is their freedom. I am the guardian of the sacred fire for the planet Earth. That fire is within your hearts. It takes a matter of seconds for the primal essence from the great central sun itself to pour down through the silver cord into your flesh body. The light which sustains the life and intelligence within the form in which you sit before me. That life is the sacred fire of creation, which is the only power I have used to create and sustain the light which has poured out from the planet Earth into this universe and given any semblance of luminosity to your star. The same light, the same sacred fire, is within your physical hearts this morning. I have no particular jurisdiction over it. That fire within each one of you is enough to hold the balance for a city, for a nation, for a planet. It is the same power that the Master Jesus used to heal the sick, to raise the dead, to perform every so-called miracle by which he redeemed the light, which was closed in by the shadows of limitation and distress. That sacred fire is the redeemer of your own life energy imprisoned in human creation. I have been called the redeemer of the earth, but it would be best to say the sacred fire by which I have being is that redeemer, and that same redemptive power is within you. Prove it. In a simple illustration, If you are depressed, and in the atmosphere in which you move, it is not impossible for such feelings to enter the emotional body from time to time. Give your attention to the sacred fire, and know within you that your Redeemer does live, and then ask that sacred fire to change the quality of your feelings. Think of something for which you can be grateful to life, and you will see how powerful is the action of the fire to change your feelings, and in changing your feelings, to give you an opportunity to emit light, which not only repels but dissolves shadow. The sacred fire of creation within your heart is the redemption of every electron that you have drawn from the universal, qualified imperfectly, and sent forth into this universe which, on its return current, comes back to its creator for freedom. O beloved ones, those beautiful electrons that form your own silver cord, I look at them this morning. Each one of you manifests a definite and distinct pattern through those electrons that flow from your presence into your heart, which life obediently takes on the quality of your thought and feeling and is pressed out into your world and then into the helpless atmosphere which mankind must breathe. There your life, qualified by your own free will, forms either part of the shroud of death, the depression and heaviness which weighs upon the people, or becomes part of that melting, radiant power of light that consumes the shadows, that activity of redemption for which the brotherhood works. That life, having come forth through the door of your individuality, has no way to return home to the Father but through the sacred fire of your heart, through its own Redeemer, by which it becomes purified. You call it karma. It is merely innocent life, and on its return journey, it simply carries back to you the same quality that you sent forth. When it touches your worlds, if it is uncomfortable, you repel it. And if you will not allow it to find its way back to the Father from whence it came, it remains a part of your unconsumed heritage of karma until you can welcome it, redeem it through the flame, and send it home happily and gratefully. You know that not one thing can touch you, not one thing can enter your world except that which you have sent forth previously. In the knowledge of the sacred fire, in the knowledge of the violet flame, as that energy presses back for redemption, that much of the earth's shroud, that much of the death garment will be transformed as it passes through the sacred fire, and you, standing in dignity and in honor, consciously return it to the universal as light, as part of my ransom.
Ah, there it is. Goodness. Lovely understanding from beloved Sanat Kumara. All right, so this is continuing from beloved Alice, ADK Look, as her pseudonym is, from the Law of Life. Just some notes that she took. The scientific, she called them scientific, anyway, miscellaneous scientific things. Anyway, I just thought these two things were interesting. So the foliage in the center of the earth is ivory and pink. The atmosphere is soft white light, night and day, and of even temperature. People live therein. They are drawn into the interior when they were into the interior when they were confronted by hostile hordes and refused to fight them. That is, the earth opened up for them to enter. There is no discord there, and all is harmonious. And I thought then it's so interesting when she says that the foliage is ivory and pink, whereas ours is so green, and we know that green is the color of healing and of truth. So it's just so brilliant to think that we're constantly surrounded by this glorious green light from nature healing us. It's just, I thought it was such a lovely thought. And then she says these were obviously notes that she took when, the Ascended Masters came through with the information. But the stream of energy of one's individualized presence of God, which is the light, the life that keeps the heart beating, enters the top of the head, goes through the pineal gland and pituitary body into the heart. Between the pineal gland and the pituitary body, this stream of light is interrupted or broken by slower vibrations. When that stream of light is no longer broken and there is a steady flow, then the result is the inner sight or all-seeing eye in action. This can come about through sufficient purification. Also, it is at times brought about temporarily through the assistance of an ascended master. In case of a blow on the head or in an accident, when a person sees stars, which we hear about, as the term goes, what happens is the vibratory action of the optic nerve is raised, and he sees into this ray of light from his presence. So I thought that was very interesting. And they say, I remember reading in some of the bridge material, that when the pineal and the pituitary gland, which used to be one, that was where the light from the great central sun comes through from our iron presence and lands in our physical body, which used to be one, and that was only after the fall was the split. So that was why when they're in balance, it's a very good thing when we begin to see with the inner sight. All right, so now we've got this opportunity to make this decree for our brothers and sisters caught in the psychic and astral realms, and to assist Saint Germain in the violet flame temples, which we know he's told us is a very great need, and he's really grateful for this. So let's just say this decree together. Beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms, to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be taken immediately into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so they carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We so decree it, and so be it, beloved I am, and we accept this done here and now with full cosmic power, and we thank you. And what a wonderful thought, isn't it? All right, so this is from the Kinder World again. It's sometimes a little bit sort of hard-hitting, but you know what? It's the truth. And at the end, it's happy. But this is what happens to the animals. So this is one that came up this week, so I thought we'd play it.
Slaughterhouse. Police have blocked off several streets near the three locations.
Yeah, let's hope one day they're all set free, these beloved animals. And now we say our decree together. Beloved I am presence and that of all mankind, charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort and freedom to the animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it and so be it. In God's most holy name I am. We accept it done and we thank you. Thank you. And now I'm going to read from Beloved Lord Tolarian. And he says, as one seeks truth, he seeks the science of life. The science of the Almighty is the creation of all things, human and divine, and the so-called inanimate, for we know by this time that every manifestation has life, and life is love. Speaking of the divine principle, we will turn first to the field of the medical profession. Through that avenue, it is my privilege to serve, one of the many aspects of my responsibility and one of vital importance. When an individual has perfect health, it does not mean specifically the physical garment. He needs a healthy consciousness to understand the law. We know that every electron has a tone and a pattern. And this leads me to the practice of implanting organs from one life stream to another. This is a disservice to life. Think what has to take place within the individual who receives a transplant, endeavoring to send forth the symphony of their various vehicles. I mean the emotional, mental, and physical garments. It is like a musician, a composer, who has drawn forth the beauty of the higher realms, and then, I'm going to be very frank, some smart aleck in the rendition thinks he can improve upon it. No, sir. When the individual has his life prolonged, it is because through the mercy of God that the electrons within his own garment and in the organ that has been transplanted have a certain compatibility of vibration, and when they do survive for a period of time, it is because of this fact. But I say with all the power of my being, this is an improper procedure. Man may think he is God, but the only God is the Christ within. Think this through. I ask your prayers, your decrees, for the men of science who are led to believe they are helping mankind. I'm not criticizing anyone in any way. Certainly they are dedicated men and women, but this practice shall cease when they become more God-illumined. One can find all the restorative powers within man and in the nature kingdom. We are most gratified in heaven's realms that people are turning to nature. Many books have been written, and more shall come forth about the compatibility of the human with the elemental kingdom. Consider the service of the tiny little elemental who has been told he shall produce a certain seed, and from that seed shall come a sprout to flower, or a vegetation of some kind which will be used for healing. This science was known in early ages, and our beloved Mother Mary is most desirous of having the Cheelers become more interested in herbs and their use. Now getting back to the tiny elemental, think of his joy when he has placed his product on the altar of love for the nourishment and sustenance of his brothers and sisters in the mighty human kingdom. Blessed, blessed elemental. The American Indian was well versed in this science, and tremendous healings took place from the application of herbs through nourishment or external use. This is true of other races. I am just using this as an illustration. Most of you have some idea of this, but I ask you to develop a greater compatibility with the nature kingdom. Talk to the plants, they will respond. And so they will. And yes, it's just interesting, isn't it? Our beloved elementals. And we know that Mother Mary loved to heal through the herbs. We'd be told that it was in Alice's book, Life Teachings of Jesus and Mary. And now, we can listen. This is a lovely song. It's from beloved St. Francis, beloved Kuthumi. I just love that one. It's so, we actually had it this morning. I just wanted to read it again. Just such a touching one. Just lovely. And thank our beloved Lord Cthulhu for those famous, famous words. And now John will take over. Thank you so much, beloved John.
Good evening, all. And thank you, beloved Ante. That is truly an awesome song. And thank you for all the other wonderful teachings that you seem to find for us every week. Now we go into our decree portion of tonight's class. Beloved mighty I am presence, we ask you now to take command of us all and produce your mighty perfection through our decrees. Beloved ascended masters, we give you full permission on behalf of ourselves and of all mankind to do whatever is necessary in this lower realm to fulfill the divine plan, and we call for you to charge your mighty power and give whatever energy may be lacking from our side into all our decrees, so they can manifest here and now, all according to thy will. We call to you, beloved Archangel Michael, to send cosmic rays and mighty angels of protection to protect us and all who have joined the Zoom class, and for all the energy released to be purified and used only to serve the pure divine light. Beloved mighty and presence, eternal source of the Christ within, we call upon ascended Master Jesus, the Mahachohan, and the cosmic Christ to pour forth the light of Christ consciousness upon us all. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. And we say together, Mighty I am presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely and illumined the source, so this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Our tube of light protection. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful we are given whatever added protection is needed. What we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just visualize our tube of light coming down from our beloved mighty I am presence, that mighty pillar of brilliant blue and crystal light, blazing up through and around us, 9 feet in diameter, 3 feet each side of us, with that thick wall at the edge, stronger than any steel. Build your wall of light. See Archangel Michael's armor of light around us, forming that impenetrable pillar of protection around ourselves, this group, our families, friends, and around every constructive person across the face of the earth. Every beloved one standing up for truth, justice, and freedom. May God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. Thank you. I am the law of forgiveness, for myself and all mankind, for all mistakes, misqualified energy, human consciousness, and for straying from the light. Beloved mighty I am present, through your blessed love, power, and authority, we call to beloved Lady Master Kuan Yin. We ask that you fill us with your ascended master feelings of mercy and forgiveness for ourselves and for all mankind. And we feel deeply that sincere desire to be forgiven and to forgive any and all misuse of life, human consciousness, misqualified energies of any kind, and any wrong desires and feelings in our beings and world, and every mistake for which our outer selves are responsible. We just feel deeply in our hearts that gratitude for this blessing to all mankind, this great gift of the law of forgiveness. Beloved mighty and presence, and that of all mankind, forgive, forgive, forgive each and every one of us. Thank you. We call to the great central sun to charge your secret light, your secret power into the decrees, and we call for beloved Saint Germain to anchor a cosmic concentration of violet fire in America, Europe, Africa, China, the Middle East, Russia, wherever else it is needed in our beloved world here and now, and we thank you deeply for this. Our violet fire decree. Mighty and presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire, and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels, descend with your purple wands of fire, and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness, the divine plan fulfilled, and light from the secret love star. We thank you. Our decree for the elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light, awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom, and remove from elemental life today the necessity for longer obeying the destructive impulses of mankind. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to light. Our decree for the purification of our beloved earth. In the name of my mighty I am presence, and by the power of the great host of ascended beings, we demand a cosmic living sword of blazing flame continually strike into all human miscreations back to the very beginning, causing all negative energies and entities in the psychic and astral realms and in the consciousness of all mankind to cease to exist forever. The cause, core, effect, record, and memory, freeing all human and elemental life from that which was never meant to be, and ensuring the psychic and astral realm is no more. Replace it all with the immaculate concept for all life, ascended master consciousness, and light substance from the secret love star. That thy will be done, and so be it, and so it is, beloved I am, we thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done, everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now, before we say our final decree, by the love and power of our beloved mighty I am presence, we call to you, beloved mighty victory. We ask you that you fill us with your full feelings of victorious accomplishment, that cosmic feeling of ascended master victory. We say together, I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and trebled each instant of each hour by the power of the 3 times 3, until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And as we end now, we focus on our beloved love stars, radiating within our auras, placed there by beloved Sanat Kumara, as a gift for all humankind, assisting us in holding that frequency of unconditional divine love. It is truly a cosmic blessing. And we love and thank you, beloved mighty love star. We ask that you expand your mighty supreme light through our 4 lower bodies, and to saturate all whom we pass by on our earthly journeys with unconditional love. And to that mighty secret love star shining from the heavens for this 2,000-year period, we bless and thank you, and all the mighty cosmic beings from the great central sun, holding this focus. Expand your supreme light through our individual love stars and around all life evolving on our sweet earth. And we thank you deeply for this. Thank you, everybody, and blessings to all.
And thank you, beloved John. Bless you. Marvelous. And I'm just thinking, Scott, beloved Scott, could you say the closing invocation for us?
Yes.
Thank you.
Closing invocation. Before ending the session, we all say with mics muted. Beloved, I am present, beloved Master Katumi. Nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am. Pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Thank you. Marvelous. Anyway, that's just a moment of deep gratitude for these marvelous teachings and for our many, many blessings. I know we have so many blessings, and for our beautiful, wonderful world, and for our opportunity to serve the light. We just thank you. And thanks, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording.